How many of you guys hate or dislike dentists? Because I know I do. In today's video, we're going to be going over the good and bad about dentistry. So let's go over the good first, you know, they make your teeth clean, you know, ching, 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 you know, make sure your shit's straight, shit's looking good, no cavities, no infections, no gum disease, nothing bad of the sorts, you know, just doing their job. Let me also say this, dentists make a fuck ton of money. This is part of the good thing. They make a fuck ton of money. Did you know some dentists can make $500K? That's $500,000 bazillion dollars. I'm just kidding, no, but they make a lot of money, and that's yeah, that's pretty much all the good about dentists. Alright, so now let's get into the bad about dentists. Now, let me just say this. If any of you are wondering why this video is being made or why I'm doing this, because I just kind of want to yap about dentists and why I don't dislike them, but I have like a phobia towards them, I guess. And yeah, we'll get into that. Actually, let's talk about that first. Why I have a phobia of dentists. Why do I have this sort of disagreement, I don't know, hatred for them. I'm just gonna say hatred. It's a strong word, but fuck it. Hatred for them. Let's just say I'm 10 years old, right? Let's flashback. I'm 10 years old. It's summertime. I gotta go to the dentist. I have a cavity in the back of my mouth. It's a molar, chat. It's a molar. So it's a molar. I go to the dentist, and the dentist, I'm laying there in the chair, and I'm just laying there waiting for her. Open my mouth open, right? And she tells me with this big ass needle to numb your mouth, right? So she can like do her work and shit. She tells me, I'm going to stab you now. What? You're gonna what me? So I'm freaking out. I'm like 10 years old, right? So I'm like, freak the fuck out, dude. So I get up, and she accidentally throughout the scuffle, I guess, of me getting up, she stabbed herself with the needle in the hand. And she's like freaking out, saying her hand's numb and whatnot. And then it was a whole thing. My dad was upset. Everything just went fine. Never went to the dentist again. Well, that dentist again. But yeah, ever since that day, it just traumatized me of dentists, and I had not been the same. Yeah. Anyways, so some bad things about dentists. Now let's just really get into the nitty-gritty of bad things about dentists, alright? You know, they're always sticking tons of shit in your mouth. Have y'all, like, you know what I'm talking about? They just sticking tons of shit, needles, you know, like little things to like clean up their teeth, and like loud ass noises. And like sometimes, I don't know about you guys, that shit kind of gets to you. Another thing is, you know, what's it called? Big ass needles. Another thing is the big ass needle. That shit traumatized me. I don't know about you guys, but big ass needle in my mouth. I don't know why. I was like 10. Shit traumatized me. I remember just seeing it. I don't think it was that big, but it seemed a lot bigger in like, I don't know. You know how it is. Another bad thing is x-rays. I don't know about you guys, but getting x-rays done sucks, dude. Like when they're like sticking that shit, it's like it feels like it's like up against the roof of your mouth, and that shit just genuinely hurts like a motherfucker, dude. I don't know about you guys, but I also have a really bad gag reflex. That shit, like, I don't know about you guys, but the littlest thing will make me gag. Okay, I got another story. It was actually last week. I went to the dentist for my braces to get them, like, you know, touched up and stuff. And she had to, my dentist, she had to get, like, this white thing, right? Let's just put a white thing in my hand after. Pause, don't make it the way it looked like, okay. It's a white thing in my hand, right? And she had to, like, put it in my mouth and to like take pictures of my teeth or something like that, because she had to make a model thingy, because I'm getting my braces out next month, so I'm getting some a retainer, that's what it's called. Yeah, so clap it up, you know, I'm finally done with this fucking shit. Look at it. These are gonna be gone. But yeah, and dude, that shit sucked, dude. She's like sticking in my mouth. Pause. That's really okay. Anyways, another bad thing about dentists, guys. I think that's really all I have, so let's go ahead and look at some other bad experiences people have had from the dentist. Alright guys, so we're on Reddit. Before you guys say anything, I don't know. I didn't know where else to really look to see where else people might have had experiences, so I just looked up worst dentist experiences. Bang. So the first one I saw here, it says, dentist slipped with their tools and cracked my tooth right down to the root. Worst pain I've ever felt. Now have chronic face pain and numbness. Dude, that shit is traumatizing, bro. What the fuck? Dude, I thought my shit was bad about like the whole shot thing and like her just like stabbing us and like freaking out. We're all freaking out. I'm looking at her. She's like looking at me and I'm like, oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Anyways, so next one. Alright guys, so I got another one here. This one's by, I don't know his name, throw it up. Anyways, it says, dentist took out a tooth that lost its crown. He destroyed the bone under the tooth and left tiny shards in and sewed me up. It wasn't healing right because of the shards. I didn't know they were there. I just knew it wasn't healing. He looked at me and insisted I must have AIDS. And that's why I wasn't healing. The shards finally worked their way out and it healed. It has such a crater from destroyed bone that I can't ever get an implant. I think he was just a sadist or sadist. I don't know. I don't know what that means, so we're gonna look it up in a second. But bro, could you imagine? Dude, that shit actually sucks. You get your tooth pulled out and then you can't even get an implant for that shit. That's actually top 10 worst things. Top 10 worst things in life. Saddest. I don't know. Let's look up what this means. Oh my god. Y'all saw me look that up, right? Like that says an individual who deveres pleasure, enjoyment, or sexual gratification from inflicting physical or psychological pain, suffering, or humiliation on others. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into that. I'll get into this later on when I get my braces off. We'll do a catch up. When I get my braces off and shit, a month from now, I'll make another video about this because I have to actually talk about one of these dentists that really pissed me off. And I just can't. It also fueled the flame for my phobia and just, I guess, dislikeage. Hatred. Fuck it. Hatred for these dentists. Anyways, let me find one more fucked up, I guess one more story about people gone through some fucked up shit about dentists. Yeah. Alright guys, I found another story, and this one, yo, this is crazy. Alright, so this is by whatever his name is. Anyways, it says, at 12, I needed 6 teeth pulled. Never known because after the story, I went elsewhere and they pulled those teeth. Story to follow. Okay, so it says, I was in a coastal town without access to many things, including local anesthesia for dentistry. Now that's fine, most people don't use gas for dental work, but I had fears of both dentists and needles. So they did the cotton mouth swab saying it would numb my mouth. 12-year-old me hears this and goes, cool. That way they can get started and I won't feel it. No warning from the dental nurse. Out comes the needle headed directly for my mouth. 12-year-old me was not a fighter. So I punched the nurse's hand and just barely missed her eye as the needle went flying past her head. My mother refused to drive me home without getting the surgery. So I started walking rather than deal with that. I didn't get far before she picked me up, and because of my tantrum, lost all access to electronic devices and board games for 2 weeks. About 3 weeks later, we headed for the capital city, and I got a local anesthetic. Sorry, I don't know if I said that right, but that also has a funny part in that I took the sippy cup of mouth numbing liquid and passed out from it, only to wake up with an IV in my hand that I whacked against the hospital cot. No damage there. What the fuck did we just read? What the shit? That's arguably worse than mine, but Buddy did not get grounded as long as it did. Let me just say this. Once my dad heard that she had stabbed herself with a needle, hand was completely numb and shit, she was going numb. Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I got an ass beating and I got grounded for the whole summer. 3 months. My summer had just started. Fuck, dude. Sucked. I didn't even do nothing. I just sat there. I remember just trying to watch TV and stuff, but there was nothing to watch because I didn't have nothing. So I had to watch whatever my sisters were watching. So I binge watched My Little Pony. I was saying though, guys, if you guys did enjoy today's video and you guys want to see more shit like this, let me know. If you want to see more stories or something like that, or me just yapping, or more educational stuff, I can get definitely way more educational with it. I kind of just didn't want to. I could have done a lot more good about dentists, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anyone fucks with dentists. And if you do, or you're a dentist, I'm sorry. But I've never heard someone excited saying, I can't wait to go to the dentist today. I can't wait to get a lollipop and people digging my mouth. I've never heard that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, sorry. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, remember to like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And you guys want to you guys want to see me yap more about random shit or whatnot, get educational about it, because I could definitely deep dive and fucking study for hours, man, and make something cool. So let me know if you guys want more of that shit. Get this video to like 100 views, like 5 likes, and I'll make another thing like this. But yeah, there'll definitely be a part 2 to this about me getting my braces out and like another story, because My dentist stories, they go on, bro. They go on. But without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a blessed day or night. I'll see you guys in the next video. So I love each and every single one of you. Bye-bye.